Tonight it isn't theory, it's my home. My son Michael spiked a fever. Our trusted pediatrician came, diagnosed scarlet fever. As he packed up, he said, I tried Russia again this summer, and I left again. What he saw there explains why he returned to Uzbekistan. It says a lot about where Russia is headed. This is a very personal story, and I want you to listen to it. A disclaimer. To anonymize the doctor in the story, I altered the personal details. What he said is not altered. In order to understand Russia, one needs to look at it at different angles. I tried to look from different levels, from all around, from very high above, getting the big picture. Then I zero in closer looking from the level of companies, industries, propaganda, government agencies. But it is also very important to look at Russia from the ground, from the eyes of real people. The country is people, after all. This is how we get a truer picture of what is really happening. And today I tell a personal story. What happened concerned me too. Today I look at Russia from one personal angle. Michael is a typical 9-year-old. Very active, always among kids, at school, at hockey. Once in a while he gets sick. All kids do at his age. In early 2024, Michael needed a doctor. Us living in Uzbekistan, we found a pediatrician through a recommendation in Tashkent Breakfast Club, a Russian-Ukrainian support community that I built. A Russian doctor from Moscow, a refugee, fled Russia in October of 2022, one of us. The doctor came over, looked at Michael, and it was nothing serious. And after he was done, we made friends. He told us that he left because he simply couldn't live in the country any longer. It was transforming into what Russia had never been before. And the doctor, a peaceful, kind guy, he just wanted to do his job, to make children feel better. So he packed up and left. Started working in Uzbekistan, like many other hundreds Russian doctors do. They even formed their own community group called Russian Doctors in Uzbekistan. Now, let's fast forward to today. Michael is not feeling well again. This time we know who to call. The doctor comes over once again, and it is more serious time. This time it's scarlet fever. Not the end of the world, but very unpleasant. And after the checkup is done, the treatment prescribed, the doctor tells us that he spent summer in Russia and returned for good just few days ago. Now, I've seen hundreds of Russians returned to Russia for different reasons. And I didn't ask doctor why. He must have had his personal reasons. He didn't share the reasons with us. But he shared something else, which is much more important. He shared why he left Russia for the second time. And this time, most likely not to return. He gave us 3 main reasons: people, aggression, and hopelessness. According to the doctor, people have changed to a point that it's become stressful just to be among them. And we're not talking about we are talking about regular people, neighbors, former colleagues, strangers on the streets and at the stores. Regular folks, not the secret police KGB, not the regular federal police, not the party members or the officials. The strangers, regular people, they're mean to each other. Where in the past, it was not like that. It was okay to live among people. I know. I did that. It seems like fear is running people these days, and stress is ruling them. Just living there is already a stressful experience. The second reason was aggression. Aggression everywhere. Aggression is up in the air. People full of aggression to each other, to friends, even more to strangers. To other countries, they're warmongering. For example, many don't hesitate to write denunciation letters to authorities for even non-significant actions. They don't hesitate even if they just suspect wrongdoing. It seems like aggression is their way to cope with fear and inner guilt. It is unpleasant to live with them like that. And the third reason given was hopelessness. It was obvious to the doctor that Russia was not aiming towards peace. Over the summer, a slew of new laws were introduced all kinds of laws that I covered, by the way, in these live streams a lot. He saw them right on the ground in Russia. The laws that limit people's rights and powers even further, make oppression an even easier process, prepare Russia for long war, militarizing all areas of life, and put people under total control and brainwash them into a massive new mobilization. For example, they just made the new law changing general conscription from a twice-a-year event to an ongoing, everlasting conscription process. Or they have slowed down private messengers and are pushing hard the state-designed, the KGB designed and owned MAX messenger, so they can control not only every word Russians say, I guess every movement they make, and even how they look like through the cameras in their mobile phone, accessible through that messenger. The doctor said that he saw that exactly that all unfolding throughout summer, and he just couldn't take it. It was very scary to remain in Russia to a normal, God-loving person like he is. Bad deeds have been happening there. He couldn't see the bright future in Russia. He couldn't see any future for that matter. So the doctor left Russia again. He is back doing what he knows how to do the best, to make children feel better. Many of those children are Russian. Only neither Russian children nor the doctor are in Russia any longer.